Okay, so I'm going to show you. I was able to get a tripod that to hopefully stand the camera and do this flush the injector. So as you can see, this is my wiring connector. Probably may make this video separate or join everything. So positive, negative, and so this is the connector. So let's see. I think I can stand it here. Okay, so there's a music playing at the background. I don't know if I may have to not upload this video. I don't know. If this music is playing, it's going to give me copyright strike in this video. So I think what I'll do, I'll just be talking so that to affect the music from showing here. And so let's see. It's getting louder. And I'll just go ahead and do that. If the music is too loud, I'm not going to upload this video. Okay, so it's getting too loud. So let me start with this. So I'll connect it. Okay, so this is basically what I do. So I have to find a way to hold it firmly. Then press this down on this that white stuff. See? I don't know if you can show. So not much, but it will push out as much as possible whatever that is inside. So I'll do the same here. If I had that tool, if this is showing me symptom of this thing, I'll go and pull that tool so that you guys will see how to do it. Flush it so I can pull from here. But it doesn't matter. No matter what, I always first do it here so that if anything trap inside, it will push it out before you do the front flush. So this thing is still needed for me anyway. So to push it out as much as possible. For ES9A, it's difficult to flush it from the front using this method, but for ES9J4S, EW engine and other injectors, there are some you can actually use this same method and do the flush front and it will work. So I'm going to bring the other ones, the other three. So you guys can then I may not upload this video. It's just pointless. The music is too loud, so it's going to affect it. You're not sure it's acceptable on YouTube. So I'll probably just put it as private. And I don't know. Probably leave it as private. Anyone that needs it, I'll send him the link. I can't move the car because of this, so I just have to do it. And the battery is on the vehicle. I don't want to start pulling the battery to go far away from here where I'm doing this so that I can show you guys. Just have to. Whoever that's watching this will be the person that will gain. We'll see. Okay. Okay. So this one separate. This is for bank 2. Okay. Okay. I know it's not enough. I know some people will be criticizing it, but it's not enough. It's just yeah, I know. I'm just saying is at least no matter what, it will remove something from there. If actually there's something trapped. Okay, so that's it. Again, it's not enough. Don't start. If you want to see how I do flush the ES9A, search for it on my YouTube channel. You'll find it. Um, but for this one, it's difficult because of this space here. There's no, you cannot work with this. So I can only do by flush. Alright. If you can, remove this zero ring before you do that. Carburetor cleaner is not good for all this rubber or plastic, but the problem is as you are removing it might cut. So sometimes I take my chances and use it unless you are ready to replace them before you flush. Or after flushing, then you can do that. So I'm going to disconnect this. So now it's disconnected from the battery. As you can see, this is the connector. I had to shape it so that I can enter any fuel injector I want. So we'll see if I'll make an attempt to see if I can upload this on YouTube. If it doesn't upload, then that's unfortunate for other people who probably will want to see how I do my service, my ES9A fuel injectors. Alright. I mounted back the intake manifold. So of course what I did was I cleaned off the surface where the intake manifold is bolted on, and also cleaned off the surface on the manifold where that gasket is. But the gasket there has been weak for a while. It's basically weak. So I normally apply silicone gasket maker there. So however, I noticed the silicone gasket maker, the one that was originally there, when I removed this manifold, wasn't really the best. From the look of things, I can't confirm that it actually sealed those 6 holes properly. It was just not the best. In fact, as I was touching it, it was just disintegrating on my hand. So I use the climbers, the one I normally use for cylinder head cover or any place that has to do with oil. I normally don't want to use this type on the intake manifold, so that will be easier to remove. But I think it's better than using the one that we won't do anything. So I've mounted it, including the fuel injectors. They've all been swapped in. This fuel injector here and the one behind. Everything, the spark plugs. So what is remaining now is to remove the spark plugs, the ignition coil on the back one, the spark plugs. Then the spark plugs I will use the D9 on the remaining 3 here and then swap in. So so there's one of them that I actually replaced in the past from the D9. This is the one. It's not the OEM, but it's still platinum, but a different brand. This is FCM. The OEM is FR8 SPP332. So this is also 332, but something different, M6MPP. So what I'll do in this case, even though it's working, I'll leave it on cylinder 1, so that anytime I come across another used OEM, that SP3, is it SP8? That's FR8 SPP332. So I know it's always on back cylinder 1. So this is the one I'll put there. So I'm going to remove this other one and then we'll see. Alright, we're okay. Something to point out. Remember I said I'm going to put the non-OEM spark plug here that has a different, it's actually Bosch but a different part number. So that in future when I get one that I'm sure that is working, I'll swap. But what I now observed was, as I was putting it, I realized at a point it was as if he has gotten to be locked properly, but then there was still gap. It was still out. It didn't level with the other 2. It means I still had to keep torquing it to go in more and more. So and I decided rather than damage the thread on the cylinder head, because you might not be able to know when he has gotten to that end or not. I actually noticed even when I was removing the one that was previously there, it was doing the same thing. Now this is the one I removed here. This NGK, which is also not OEM. So it did the same thing. I mean, it took a while before it could come out. So that brush that I put, which is not which is it? This is this one. This one. This is the one. So we are doing the same thing. You can see that's the 6MP, F6MP, MPP. So what I now did, I chose one of the old OEM that I removed earlier from the engine that looks okay. So I now put it back on that cylinder. When I wanted I put it tightened very well and then level up with the other one. So now you understand why you shouldn't just put any spark plug because they look alike. It has to be a good alternative or OEM because the thread matters. It might look alike, but here it might not be the same. Talking about here, which can damage the cylinder head over time. So what that means is I'll be monitoring. So it's only this one that is an older spark plug, or different from the other things. So right now the entire 6 cylinders are OEM. So I will always mark this one in case I come across that. What I'll do is, if it works, I'll just be running it until I'll replace the 6. Probably I'll go for the aftermarket, which is this one, which is already on D9 and working. So, but so far we'll see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to discard this one, which is the NGK, and which other brush? This one. So these are the 4. Oh, wow. Okay, there are actually three non-OEM here. Previously on the engine, all these things are not good for engine. So these are the only OEM. So what that means is, at least, because it's not good to mix different spark plugs on one engine. Remember, the heat ratings are not the same. They are not actually meant to work. So when you start mixing different plugs, it's not good. But anyway, so that's ruled out. No, usually I just buy OEM. That's how I'll be changing, but recently it's no longer in the market. So I decided to try this aftermarket. So I'm not sure, it's not up to a year yet. So I want to be sure it will serve well before I now switch to it and start using it. So we'll see. But usually this OEM is supposed to last about 80,000 to 100,000 kilometers. So this one is meant as an alternative to OEM. So I wouldn't know. It's also platinum. I wouldn't know if it lasts up to that mileage. We'll see. Like I said, this is the first time I'm trying a different spark plug as a set. So I'm going to put back the ignition coils and call it a day. So I still need to check the spark, the fuel pressure. So let me tighten the coils and then do that. Alright. So, I'm tightening the ignition coil back. So now is to check the fuel pressure and start the car, see how it runs. And see it's reading 0. I would actually buy another fuel pressure tester, the one that has a different. So I will have 2 different fuel pressure testers. The one I can use to test from here, and the other one I can use like this, especially for THC or EPC engines. I find it hard to use this particular type There's a kit. It comes as a kit, but it's actually the other kit as well. So I'll use this. So take it one after the other. Okay. Okay. So let's see. I'll need to climb it a little. It may take a while for this to come up since I drained fuel. And oh, this airbag is from 2000. Ignore it. So I'll need to. Let me just crank it anyway. It may take a little bit more crank to start. Remember, I expect the engine to run roughly for a while, maybe a minute or two, since because of the fuel that went into the fuel injector hole. Unless maybe it has evaporated before I put back the fuel injector, but I doubt. The injectors, I doubt, considering the quantity that entered there. So almost everything on the fuel was poured into only one hole. So that cylinder is expected to misfire. Hopefully, we'll see. So let's see. We take some crank, I suspect it. You see what I told you guys. Let's see whether it will smoke. You see? Yeah. See, that's why I made that sound. Yeah, I expected this smoke. It's kind of whitish. So it will have idle for like a minute, not more than 2 minutes. As you can see, the smoke is gone. So, yeah. I think the mistake I made was I was removing the fuel injectors while, I pulled them out, fuel injectors, out of that assembly. There's an assembly where the injectors are bolted on. So, I don't know what that thing is called. It's kind of metal stuff. So, instead of me to pull that fuel completely out before removing the injector, I decided to remove it from there. So the first injector I removed, boom, fuel poured in. So anyway, so what I'm going to do, I know most likely it will trigger misfire on that cylinder, maybe intermittent faults. The check engine light is not on. Okay, it's not on, so there will be intermittent fault there. So I'm going to scan it is here and clear it. So let's check fuel injector, the fuel pressure. So it's 50 psi. So that's the thing. That's the normal psi, 3.5 bar on 50 psi. So that's why I don't see why fuel injector, unless it's still the cost, but maybe over time it starts to reduce pressure. So let's try it again. Let me check the fuel pressure regulator. So yeah, it's still at 50. So the fuel pressure regulator is perfectly in good condition. Likewise the fuel pressure. So I don't know. So we'll see. Like I said, if it continues, maybe I'll swap in another fuel pump. Or what I might do is the same fuel pump that is in my D9 V6 that is also here, the assembly. So I might decide, but man, that D9 I don't like going there. I know what it takes to remove the seat and all that, so that I won't have to replace only the fuel pump on this one. Rather, if I have a complete. Oh, now I remember. Yes, I have a complete assembly that I have a spare. I kept a spare, which is exactly this model, so I can swap it in and see if the issue resolves. Like I said, the issues tends to happen when you push the car high. It doesn't matter whether you're high speed or not. Once the car is in motion, you push the RPM as it start getting close to maybe 4,500 or 5,000 RPM, or just a little bit above. Once you exceed 3,000, 4,000, then You start getting jerk. It will jerk. Once you remove your leg from the throttle pedal, the jerk will stop. You press it down again, you start jerking. Which, if you keep holding it up to that, it might trigger check light, and check for misfire will come up. If you switch off the car, it goes away again. So it behaves like fuel pressure issue, but as you can see, my fuel pressure is okay. So let's start it again. Both the fuel pump is bringing off good pressure. The fuel pressure regulator, okay. So I don't know why. So set engine light off. So I do normal. So let me see whether I can reduce the pressure and switch on ignition, see if we build up a little. So it's 50 psi. Can be difficult. This other place to easily do it. I need something that can enter there. Let's see. What do I have here that can do the job? There's no more space there. Need something tiny. Okay, let me use this tiny key. Oh, it can't enter. Need something small. Let's see. Okay, let's try this. This is a small screw. Should be able to do that. So I'll just reduce the pressure a little. So I'm still 50 psi. I hope this doesn't fall out. Okay. So the pressure has dropped. So let me pull it down again. I see. So 100. 0. So I'm going to cover it again. Okay. So this is actually the right place to the best place to do the fuel pressure test. Then if you want to also release pressure on the fuel rim, this is also the right place to do that. Yeah, well done. Okay, so this time I'm going to start the engine. I'll switch on the ignition, see how the fuel pump behaves on its own. Okay. Alright, you can see 50 psi, 3.5 bar. So there's nothing wrong with the fuel pump right now, so I don't see why I should just change the fuel pump because of this. Okay. I like the way this engine starts, man. The sound, man. See, one of the things you enjoy driving this ES9A engine Peugeot cars is just the sound. Irrespective of every other thing, the sound, you know. Alright, so I think that's it. I'll be calling it a day. And so far the four injectors are working, the spark plugs are working. Remember, these spark plugs are the OEM I removed from my D9, which are still working when I removed them. I just one made me remove them, one of them failed. And I was like, you know what, maybe the other ones, even though he hasn't gotten to that mileage for them to be replaced, I wouldn't know why it failed. So I said, you know what, let me just buy another kit, even though it's not the OEM, but an alternative, so to swap in and see what happens. So that's why I kept those 5. So it's not as if they are bad. Okay, so I'm going to leave it here. So that brings to the end of the whole stuff. And it's always good as a technician to have these stuffs handy. Those who are observant, whenever you check my driver's door, oh, this is my Wi-Fi router. I always have all these kind of tools here handy. Some will be wondering why it looks untidy. Who cares? I'm a technician, automobile technician, so I always need this. Yeah, it's not every time I need to go to my toolbox, which will be in the boot. The tools, in terms of emergency, I can easily grab them from here. Basic tools, just one or two. Then a few more like bolts or nuts, like 10 nuts. I know that I can always need it. You might be walking, one will fall off. Sometimes I just drop them here. Almost all my cars have this kind of stuff. That's one of the price you have to pay as a automobile technician. I don't expect any other person to understand who is not a mechanic, electrician, or automobile technician. They will be wondering why do that instead of the boot. But like I said, if you are not in that field, I don't expect you to understand. So you can have your opinion. So I'm done. So how do I? Okay, let me disconnect this and keep it back so it doesn't affect. Let's see. Okay, so I think I'd rather do it this side, so because it's going to reduce pressure. Oof, damn! Wow, this pressure is too high. I probably should have released it here. So I'm going to come and clean up the fuel I poured on the tank, on the fender, which is not good for paint. For the one that poured in the engine bay, it doesn't matter in the valve. So will see it to wash this place. One thing I know this will do. Wow, even touch this. Wow. Touch the camera, the screen cover. The pressure was that high. You can see the sign. So I'm not going to touch it now. Next time I'm going to wash the engine bay. I'll do it all. I'll get a rag, mop, mix it with soap, water, and then wipe. Because it's going to reflect here all this space. So first thing I'll do is I'll soak the rag, wash this place, clean it off, and then mop here. Otherwise you'll have this white stain here. This doesn't look tight. So I think probably that was why they left this thing here, so that as you are pouring it here, it won't really have much. It will be showing here, but it won't have it won't look that untidy if it's only pouring from that side and staining that side. Okay, so engine cover. So that brings it to the end. So I'm going to, like I mentioned, scan the car. I expect one cylinder. Actually, the cylinder I poured is cylinder 4. That's where I enter. So I need to scan the car. Most likely to come up on cylinder 4. So clear the fault and use the car. See what happens. And if there's any other need for updates, I'll show you guys. But like I said, I have a fuel pump. That is spare one that is working well, so I can swap it in later, but I don't expect the fuel pump. I've done the test, so why replace something that is working? But we'll see. So now I ruled out the spark plugs, ruled out the fuel injectors, and if it continues, and remember I've also ruled out the catalytic converter on bank. both banks, they're okay. Though this one is aftermarket, this one is OEM, but I've checked, they're okay. So but we'll see. Maybe what our next time I'll do is once that if it misfires again, I'll know which cylinder, because before it was showing cylinder 6, but now that jack doesn't throw any cylinder. We'll see. Maybe next time, instead of releasing the accelerator, if it happens again, I'll hold on to the accelerator until the misfire comes up, so I'll know which cylinder, to know if it's coming from that same cylinder 6. I know some will say, oh, what if the rings have a problem there or something? Well, the spark plug that I removed there many times shows okay, no sign of broken rings, piston, and we'll see. Probably it's mechanical, maybe it's the valve, but if it's the valve, I expect that issue to be constant, whether it's low RPM or high RPM. So even when it's high, you can start the vehicle, warm up the engine at high temperature while the car is idle. I press and hold it to around 5,000 RPM. It won't happen. But it tends to happen when you are in motion, you hold it much longer, and it does that. But maybe you won't do it again, so we'll see. Alright, so this is the end. See you next time. Oh, like and subscribe to my channel, and hopefully if you have any question, you can ask on any of the videos I post that I post on my YouTube channel. I will respond when I have the time and make a video on your questions. Alright.